Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm giving my final thoughts and opinions on the ZTE Warp Elite on Boost Mobile. Had this phone for quite a while now, and I've used the far out of it. Right now it's not activated. I'm currently using my Kerosene Hydro Icon for a few days just to kind of get it back out of storage and use it a little bit. Of course, this phone will be activated within a day or two because this phone is just the best phone I've ever had, and it works flawlessly. This phone works like a phone should work. It's excellent. It's awesome. And for a lower end, I call this phone more or less a mid-range device, but to a lot of people it's considered a low-end budget device. It is what it is. Everybody has their own opinions of what they want to call it. I think it's a great phone, and I would rank it up there really nice on how it functions to a mid-range device. That's just my opinion and what I think of the phone. It's got a lot of pros to it, so I'm going to go ahead and get into everything. This phone's got a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 410 processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of onboard storage with around 10 gigs available to user, and it will support a micro SD card. It runs Android 5.1.1 Lollipop. Hopefully, it will get Android M because of the specs. It should, being a ZTE, it may not. I don't know yet. But 5.1 is what it currently runs. It's got a 5.5 inch 720p display. I think it's 294 pixels per inch, which is not bad. Got a 13 megapixel camera here on the back, records in full 1080, and the front is a 5 megapixel camera, records in either 720 or 1080, one of the two. Still a very good camcorder for front and rear. Takes very good selfie pictures, takes very good videos, like this here. Um, you know, so it's really good all the way around. Um, so yeah, I like the way the side buttons look, the gold look, power button and volume rocker. Of course, the top is the same way with a headset jack, which you can't really see there. The bottom is also gold plated, and the back, the camera up here, the ZTE emblem. It's just really cool, really nice phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the pros of the phone. There's quite a few, but I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. The screen quality is excellent. I'll go ahead and turn the screen on here, and you can see that the screen is very beautiful. It's just very clean, very vibrant, very sharp. The screen is very responsive. It has virtually no lag whatsoever. I don't experience hardly any lag, if any, with this phone, even playing heavier games. So it's a really nice phone, really smooth phone. And as you can see here, that the brightness is down quite a bit, about a quarter of the way up, if that. And the screen is plenty bright enough to see. If it's dark in the room, you can really turn the brightness all the way down and still be plenty bright enough to see what you're doing. So really good screen quality and brightness, and it's a very smooth phone, and it works very well. Camera is excellent. I took some very good outside pictures with it. Very awesome, very clear. Of course, with a steady hand, makes a big difference. The front facing camera is also really good for taking selfie pictures. It's very good in the daytime. It's really not too bad even in lower light situations as well. Of course, it does kind of grain out a little bit, but still looks good for what you're getting in a phone of this price range. Camcorder quality is also really good. Not had any issues going down the road, 65, 70 mile an hour. Frame rate holds up really good, and it's just very smooth. And audio quality is good as well, while in the front and then in the rear. So it does sound really good, and it does take some very good pictures and very good videos. So that's another plus. Some will say it's a plus, some will say it's a negative, but the back cover cannot be removed, and the back battery is not replaceable. And the battery is a LiPo battery instead of a lithium ion battery. Now, I'm not crazy about LiPo batteries. Just my preference. I prefer a regular lithium ion battery. I've never been crazy about LiPo batteries. Um, and they just don't last as long. That's just my experience with LiPo batteries in the past. They don't last as long, and I ain't crazy about them. But some might like it, some don't. That's kind of one of them, pros and cons. Whatever you want to see it as. But it does have a 3,000 milliamp hour LiPo battery, and it does do a pretty good job. Lasting you a whole day of moderate usage. So not bad at all. Call quality is exceptional. It's very comfortable holding it to your ear. has that feel about it to where you can hold it to your ear and it's just super clear. Speakerphone quality is also really good. I think I may have already mentioned it, not sure. Speakerphone quality is very good, has Dolby Digital Plus. Music sounds good. Watching videos sounds very good. Watching YouTube, Netflix, whatever you watch, WWE Network, it all, I mean, it's just really, really clear and bright and vibrant, and it's awesome. I mean, it's a really good phone. Also, the bottom keys here, they do light up. The center lights up, pulses blue when you get a notification, and it is on the body of the phone, so you get the full 5.5-inch screen instead of the keys being on the phone, and you have like a 5.3-inch realistic display. Um, the the 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage really helps this phone out while playing games. I've had no hiccups playing games. It's never once cut off on me, never forced closed, never crashed. It's quick, it's responsive, and I mean, I have really, I mean, done some fast apps on this thing, and it's just very quick and does not have any real issues. It's just really nice, and I mean, it's just a great phone. I mean, 179.99 is the retail price of this phone. Of course, like I might mention of it again because I'm gonna make mention because this is a great phone to pick up if you are a existing customer. I guess this deal's still going on until January. If you're an existing customer with Boost Mobile with an active account, 60 days or more, you are eligible to get this phone for only $79.99, which is $100 off retail price. Exceptional deal. And if you are a new customer porting over from somebody like Verizon, Cricket, T-Mobile, stuff like that, AT&T, you can get this phone for, I think it's $29.99. So $30 for this phone plus your first month's plan. You can't beat it for this phone. It's super, it's exceptional, and oh, I mean, I can go on and on how good this phone really is. I mean, once you pick it up and play with it, you don't want to put it down because it's so good. And you can also move apps to the SD card, which is also another great major thing that I like as well. So, with all that being said, pros about everything. I mean, it works super. Now, there's two cons that I want to make mention of this phone. I've had two of these phones. I had one for one day and returned it because it had a screen glitch, which means when I use it kind of heavy, the screen will flicker in and out, bright and dim. Not bad. It's enough to get on your nerves sometimes if it does it a lot, but it'll kind of flicker in and out some. Second phone does the same thing. So I'm not. So I've heard some others say it. Theirs does it, and some others say theirs don't. So I have experienced that problem with mine with the screen flicker. It's not a big deal as long as it don't get any worse or cause the screen to go out. That's one of the main issues that I'm worried about. Number two is the call glitch. Whenever I go to make a phone call, I can dial a number, push call, and it just goes back to the dial screen. Like it never, it'll say calling, then back to the home screen, and you got to redial the number. And here lately, it's been doing it more and more often. So, when you buy a phone like a ZTE like this here, even though I am a big ZTE fan, you know, you're going to have glitches here and there. There is no perfect phone. I've even used Galaxy S5s, which is, 3 times the price of this phone right here. And, I've experienced lag, slowdowns, glitches. And so you're not going to have a perfect phone. I don't care if it's a ZTE for, the price it is, or if you have a flagship Galaxy S5 or 6 or whatever. I mean, you're going to have problems here and there, but that's the only two issues I have found is the call glitch. When you want to make a phone call, you push call, and it just goes back to the dialer screen, redial it, it dials out fine. But it has been doing it more and more here lately, so, it's just kind of one of them things. Not a big deal, but it's one of them things you gotta kind of deal with. It's not a deal breaker by any means, the screen flicker or the call glitch. So, all in all, excellent phone. I highly recommend it to anybody who wants a phone that's got a real nice 5.5-inch display with exceptional front and rear cameras, great call quality, great reception, and a solid built phone. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If this video helped you out a little bit, give me a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that as well. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.